there have been a whole lot of complaints about Ravana, right? Honestly, I played the god in multiple roles. I played him support, jungle, and solo lane. He is not as bad as people say he is. This is not the worst god to ever be released into Smite. That by far goes to Kabrakan. And I doubt will go to anybody else. As far as his kit goes, I think his kit is both fun and pretty strong as far as a kit goes for this type of character. But there is a couple of things with this character. I believe Divios is in chat still. So I want to know if Divios agrees with these changes. I know Divios loves this character more than anybody in the entire world. So I want to make sure that he agrees with these changes. So I'll be looking in chat periodically to make sure Divios accepts these, because he's like the master of Ravana. So the one skill that I don't think needs anything changed to it on Ravana, honestly, is his one. Prana Onslaught, which is a basically instant cast, little cone in front of you, pop, does a good bit of damage. It slows. It's a super low cooldown. It's a fun skill. It kind of works well with the whole punch chain. It does additional damage because of his passive, and then you pop it off. It's fun to use. It's strong, and it does a lot of good stuff. I feel like that skill needs to be left alone. That's a great skill. Okay. Divio says, yep, Prana is amazing. Fantastic. We're off to a good start. Second skill, overhead kick. Ravana performs a high kick, sending a shockwave forth, dealing damage. The damage isn't really that much. Damage all enemies in a line and renders him damage immune during the action. Okay? The problem with this skill is it does not make you CC immune. Now, one, this means that this skill is almost always completely useless because you're not actually dodging any damage because you're getting CC'd and then taking the damage. And it makes the skill not fun to use at all, and it's not a rewarding skill. If the skill had CC immunity with the damage immunity, it means that you're really using this skill to avoid something. And when you do avoid it, you're getting rewarded for it. Like, wow, they completely missed a Gebel on me. Like, I'm ready to fight now. That's a big thing. You can basically avoid like Nuwa ult damage right now, and that's it. Because if you get, there's so many sources of damage that have CC combined with them, making the skill essentially useless. Oh. And it's really, really frustrating. Divios' input is, I wish it had knockback / up immunity and root immunity. I can see it. I can see it. There you go. At least something. It needs something. Because every single form of CC is interrupting him right now. Which means, honestly, like 60% of the time you're using the skill, you're not getting anything off. Right? So, it's a very frustrating skill. Okay. One of my least favorite skills in his entire kit in terms of being weird is 10-hand Shadow Fist. So what is this skill? Ravana's fists fly forward, dealing damage. The damage is okay. An enemy is in a line. It stops. God's hit are rooted for 0.8 seconds, and it also heals you based on damage dealt. Okay. So the first thing that needs to be mentioned is that this skill does not heal you at all. Okay? So as far as I'm concerned, they can remove the healing completely because it doesn't heal you. Okay? So there's two options for me for this skill. One, have the cooldown be reduced every time you level it up. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, whatever it ends up being. And have the root scale along with it. 0.8, 0.9, 1, 1.2, whatever. Have the root scale along with the cooldown going down, or have the heal be way better as you rank it up. The heal sucks. Don't have it be percentage damage. Have it be something else. I don't care. Have it be a flat number. The fact that it's doing percentage of the damage that it's dealing is just super bad. So either make the other part of the skill more useful, or have the heal actually do something. right? The root duration is barely anything. You can start to increase the root with rank. You can reduce the cooldown with rank, or you can increase the heal and have it actually be a heal. Divios says he'd like the max cooldown to be 10 to 12 seconds at max rank. I'm down. That brings it more in line with its other skills. This character is supposed to be this really fast-paced, punchy, use skills, dodge and attack, punchy, slam, right? He's supposed to be this really fast-paced character, and this 3 is just a skill that doesn't really fit in with that fast line, like, I'm doing lots of stuff really fast. It's just not really coming out that way. So that's that. His ultimate. Ravana rushes to the target, dealing... It says damage right there, but it says... what I should say is rushes to his target, healing them, and knocks along enemies along the on his path there. The target is then linked to Ravana, doing full damage to him while all other enemies do 40% reduced damage. Okay? So, really cool skill concept. Now, the problem with this skill is, one, it does no damage. Okay? Like none at all. So, one option that we can do is we can increase the damage on the ultimate, and that would make it a little bit more... for the 1v1 type situation, if we did that. I'm totally down for what Divios says, which is that it chases people through things. Have it chase people again through Janus portals, dashes, Thor hammer, Loki ult, Athena ult. Have it chase them through everything. I'm down. That's awesome, and that's a rewarding skill if you use it at the right time. Right? That's fun. You could have it, like I said earlier, you could have it do more damage, so you're looking to assassinate squishies in the back. Or you keep the damage low, like it is, maybe a little bit more, right? But you could have something else more effective happen, because a lot of times what you're doing right now, right, is you're ulting on a tanky target, because it doesn't do any damage anyway, and then you get the reduced damage of 40% from all of the really high damage characters around you, right? So you're taking reduced damage from the characters that actually do damage. That's a cool concept, and if you want that to stay, the skill needs something more. It needs to do anything, right? Just the easiest fix is to make it do damage. That's the easiest fix, to make it do damage. But if you want to keep it so they're using the skill on tanky targets, then it needs something else along with the skill. If I'm going to be using a skill that does no damage on a tanky target to make me take reduced damage from other characters, give me a 0.5 second root when I get to the character and it roots everybody around him. Or a quick stun AoE around the character, but the character I went onto doesn't get hit. Also, the ultimate needs to be damage immune. I don't know if it's a bug or not, but the ultimate, you're not damage immune. You're CC immune in the ultimate, but I've been killed inside the ultimate before. You shouldn't be able to take damage while you're traveling to somebody in the ultimate. Divios says, give me a movement speed buff during the damage reduction portion of the ultimate. That's fantastic. That makes the skill useful. It gives it something. It just needs a little oomph. You know, it needs a little something to help out with the skill. It's just very lackluster right now. As far as, you know, particularly as far as ultimates go. It definitely needs something. But if Ravana were to get those changes, / a mix of those changes at least, we could start to better see where he is kind of falling into competitive play, you know? Without any changes to him, he's just not viable enough to really do anything. He's fun to play still. He's frustrating because the 2 gets knocked out. He's frustrating because your 3 is essentially useless, and it's a bit frustrating because the ultimate is basically gets yourself into a team fight, and then that's it. That's all it does. It just gets you to the team fight. But, I mean, it's not that long of a skill anyway, so you are 3 steps away. So, those are all viable options that you can do for this character. You know? We've been given lots of options. Those are the options. So, give or take, what are you going to do? Those